Hello everyone! In today's episode we'll be examining one of the most memorable and beloved locations in Hitman 2016, Italian town of Sapienza. Being one of the most well-produced, detailed and realistic locations, it rapidly became an instant classic in Hitman franchise and the calling card of quality of the game. And of course, it is really interesting to see what the actual template for this location was and how real it is. Welcome to the second episode of Hitman Insight. So before we start, a little bit of a personal expression. When this episode was released, I thought that Sapienza was the actual place on the coast of Italy, since generally IO Interactive uses real-life locations in Hitman franchise, including Hitman 2016. I was really amazed to know that developers made this place and its name up, but I'll talk about it in a bit. The word Sapienza in Hitman location list also sounded very real, because in Italian that's an actual word which means wisdom. There are plenty of coasts in Italy which share same architecture and visual atmosphere with Sapienza. The most famous, which are generally visited by tourists, are Camoglie, Cefalù in Sicily, Manarola, Portofino, and Rimaggiore. But the actual template for Sapienza was a very particular town, the beautiful town of Vernazza. Vernazza is a part of Cinque Terre, which means 5 lands, which comprise 5 small coastal villages of Rio Maggiore, Manarola, which I already mentioned, Corniglia, Monterosso, and Vernazza itself, and they are located in the Italian region of Liguria. The coastline, the 5 villages, and surrounding hillsides are all part of Cinque Terre National Park, and this region belongs to UNESCO World Heritage. Vernazza itself is the only one of these 5 to have actual big haven and has been established as a small, charming fishing village. The village was founded about early 1000 Anno Domini and was a part of Republic of Genoa, starting in 1276. The most famous architectural structures which are visited by tourists are a big fortress of Belforte, situated at the edge of the coast, a very similar one we can visit in Hitman, and another place is a beautiful church of Santa Margherita d'Antiochia. This church was built around 1318 in a Roman style of an architect named Antelami. I have to applaud to IO Interactive for recreating in details actual places with its religious signs. In our age of tolerance, some might not take risks of doing so, but I was extremely pleased to see how much of a research and care were put into designing this place. Walls covered in mosaic which represent saint people, structure of the building itself in a Roman Catholic style, icons of Maria, even Holy Communion on the table, red and white. All of these little details make this place absolutely magnificent in terms of visual design. It was also very nice to see Mr. 47 in church once again. It's like our bold protagonist reminisces days he spent with Father Vittorio. Aside from the church, actually the whole town of Sapienza is filled with little details which make this place as Italian as it can be without going into cliché and stereotypical way at looking at traditions. The town of Vernazza, aside from these monumental buildings I spoke about, is also famous for its gelaterias. These are the cafes where you can get some tasty Italian ice cream. Oh my God! And the town of Sapienza also showcases player a couple of cozy cafes scattered around the town. Many players of course have noticed that buildings also share specific colors, which is a common thing to have on Italian coasts. Those are light orange colors, pink, red and yellow. And Sapienza also doesn't have any troubles with that. One of the most interesting details which caught my attention is that in Cinque Terre, in these 5 towns, including Vernazza, it is prohibited to use cars once you enter town premises. In Hitman 2016, we can see a couple of cars here and there on the map, but they are mostly rather used for services or just happen to be a very rare thing to have. In any case, that sums up episode 2. It turns out, there is a good reason why players adore Sapienza. Many of us tend to think that Sapienza is the best location in the entire Hitman franchise, and to be completely honest with you, it's kinda difficult to argue with this statement. This place is absolutely adorable, from its level design to the dedication to traditions of Italy.